Previously on Shades of Abuse, you see the marks, the physical marks. As soon as you see it, you know that there's something wrong. And who marks now, you see, say, we enye adia nipa na tripping or falling. Who say no. This is the other partner silently killing sa nipa na no. And usually there is no intervention. The attack we say that's our domestic violence no. Leading to the death of the partner who is being abused. Very because say him kwala na down for bako or say omuni ampanyi ofie na obegbo oma onsa so anu watim omotuom. And it no report teacher obi agra, there is no physical evidence. You go explain tire, no evidence. And on a sometimes the other partner or fall into the temptation of cheating. First, nanke can cheating and nanke mema sem. On tis a married woman cheat in any form, because in our society we've made it to appear as if say a taboo. But any generation we say there be what men can do, women can really do and do it better. No generation we proving the right ankasa. Because this time around, ladies necessary omuntimi nsuro nyame no mon san besuro nipa. Omuntimi nsuro baye no mon san nsuro boja. There be you do me, I do you. So say women have a unique talent of multiplying whatever you throw at them. That is why when you give a woman a sperm, she will give you a baby. When you give her groceries, she will give you a meal. And if you give her a ton of shit, be ready for some serious mess up or be fuck you up big time. But unfortunately, some of the children are suffering. Probably mommy and papa no are not getting along. And sometimes what happens is that it is the children who suffer. Because mommy him so to me face papa no. And into the bufu ni baby once was sworn in kugun kwala so. Ocean kwala no home marks near the end you see say they are really going through a lot. And into obo kwala no and it trim no and psychologically they will feel say oh yes then now it's a way of getting back at the man. Now probably all having issues with no. And into your boy akwala ni nyina no di papa tem. Papa kwasi ampanyi no. Ono no ma mebre. And then modern times a lot of the women are doing well. Ibikra are earning more than their husbands. When it happens like that, oh, definitely the man respect here be or the man, because sometimes when him so depending on you. Drew baby na no chere no kra obeba ho oba and the kramaya ho brase wakana passion in nantem. One brand of masia na so yeshi. So yes, women empowerment is very, very necessary. When women are empowered in the home, it also helps. A boy is an your way before. And yes, it becomes a factor. Another contributing factor is the issue of forced marriages. Yes, modern generation they say there is something called friends with benefits. But a buyer come home and you be shia jam. Will be at the attend hot so. We are just friends, but we are enjoying the benefits of friendship. We are just taking it a notch higher, but no commitment involved. Now, a water, unfortunately, be not pregnancy and some families will insist because there is no way I be jawa more. Oh, Bema now, yes, I no. Definitely also worry about Baba. Yes, they may have a point because and yes, I now quite is all you Bobano Cassia. But the danger in that is at the time they were doing it, there was no commitment. Omo your mama many papa. But if you say because say a buminti, chinchina or some warrior, that guy may not love the lady the way he's supposed to. And the danger is that there will be some form of abuse in that relationship. Because as it goes along, so one money pana convincing who say, assume see na me pen me person me settler, you may be calling for trouble. Nipa no so dono pa wanti ni huje awako ware no kra na tisen. Na one money pana kasan convincing who say, oba we na me pen I am committed 100%. I want to go all out for this relationship. Namu force you say because say enyin say abaminti. You guys should settle down. One guy you will be calling for trouble. It is better as families and as old folks, we should understand that dynamics. So when it happens like that, I will say you sit the two people down and let them understand the consequences of their action, the implications of what they have brought into the world. If the two of them agree they want to settle down, then we can go ahead and support them too. But if from all indications, they are not prepared to settle down, we should not force them, because forcing them into such a relationship may be a recipe for disaster and not contributing to some of the abuse that we witness all around us. There is, of course, mental meltdown. A lot of people are going through psychological problems. Yes, sometimes videos need be trendy about some of the abuse people are facing in their relationships. Not sure what is going on now. You can see clearly, say, whoever the abuser is, no, is going through some mental issues. Recently, me video bako, abranti bi na one ne girlfriend enya altercations, and it was very nasty. Said your bad da fam na be man intimi tu ne nan tia oba nanim na obobo no fam ho no. Clearly you can see, say, this is not a normal guy. All is not well. Mranti eni bebre omunya fam fichiri ho no mo kotwetwe omoni omane sa na. Omutimi din sempunu bebre. You can see clearly everything is not all right up there, because so what you cannot treat a fellow human being like that, especially not someone on sign ware and ho unkonkutia ne bright pride and committed to the person in any form. And so it doesn't matter what the person has done, you have no right. So be too hitting the person. The way the video appears, it's as if you have intentions of killing the person there and then. It is not acceptable anywhere, anyhow it appears. No. And so definitely one of the factors we can attribute it to a mental meltdown. Some people go through some psychological problems. Yes, they are addicted to certain drugs near there. For drugs need be no mobile adrenaline is blocked. And so they do certain things which can be likened to wildlife behavior. As a boa pa na idea no. Because senkanipa no na mu da hopa. No, you can't do that. Because when you are treating another fellow human being like that, you should think of it as doing it to your own self. How can you hurt your own body that much? And if you cannot hurt your own self that way, you can definitely not do it to another party like that. Another contributing factor, it's a form of revenge. Yes, money or ban no at a certain point, now money is very influential, and that is was the time I know abuse your banner power. Now abusing up to a certain point, maybe unfortunately was a bear man and I would have formed team. Obano mum na very powerful. Probably be an area na boy and baby. And now the woman is in the position to also exert her influence. And also and you get ready. Because you say papa nyehwe abone so nyehwe. And into your hono ono so be more treaty wankasa. Because when you no one fan spare no. Say if such a person is ru nyankopon a obeka say wo de nyehwe, de odi ye mi nyina meye o papa de tiaka. Say de be a meso jagu apampam. But one push any papa, no, so you're not being say you be a tiaka, and you also be a shipa. A binum so abuse now more is because of what they suffered in the past. And indeed, this person grew up in a family right from the childhood. You're abusing and odieni. And until you know when you never be drew impempensubia, or feel say abuse is a normal thing. Say the I am here female crab, media, nidia, say any panel emotionally no was sensitive. And indeed, so you will be born here on dream home too, because of you said that is the way to go. No, so a BA feel any form of emotion towards that person. And so sometimes the way we are brought up can also contribute to some of the abuses we exert in the society. Depending on the level of abuse now any human being will suffer, no, it can lead to deep emotional stress, and clinically we call that post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD. A very serious situation, and such any person who encounters that will need serious therapy to be able to deal with the situation. People go through it and they get that trauma because of abuse. No most of it becomes traumatic on them, and inti say or finding itself in any situation looking like they will go through the stress disorder kicks in. It brings about some deep emotional stress and the person will begin to show some serious signals. One here, someone controlling in that situation now, I be hard because we feel say that situation now or facing the whole thing is about to recur, and the whole body will reject the situation. So only know how you may see say how the person will begin to cause a scene. That is one of the effects of such abuse. Another one obviously is depression. Nipa don't go through, especially those who go through the emotional abuse. And depression is one of the unfortunate situations any human being can go through. And yes, and papa, because once you are going through depression or mental well-being, everything goes down the drain. There's also lack of self-worth. Once people suffer emotional abuse up to a certain point, they come to a place where they feel like, they are good for nothing. That is a very mean situation that people also suffer from this same abuse. When people begin to feel like they are always in their low moments like that, because the next thing you know, they are contemplating suicide. It's like, we are saying, what am I even good for? The person I'm staying with is always hammering the fact that I am good for nothing. And so I might as well end everything and have my peace of mind. And indeed, that's another unfortunate effect of the same abuse. The last one probably is the issue of where, because of trauma na nipa no suffer some time past no, the situation reoccurs to the person anytime the person is about to face a similar situation. For instance, if the person suffered, let's say, a sexual abuse, maybe rape or something, if that person does not get serious therapy, so worry a bit power for the person to get intimate even with the husband, because the moment you attempt to become intimate with a person sexually, now dream go back to the time now or encounters our unfortunate situation no, the whole effect of the trauma kicks in and it becomes difficult for the person to lead a normal life. Now, the cycle of managing abuse usually starts with how the person can get help. People who usually face abuse, the first unfortunate situation is that they don't know who to talk to. It is very hard for them to ask for help because the unfortunate thing is that sometimes the abusers are people very close to them. So, ya kwala probably no ankasa ne papa, or a student probably the teacher, the lecturer, or a worker, probably the boss, the CEO of the company. And so who are you going to ask for help? Or your church members who are probably the pastor is the one who is abusing him or her. And indeed, who is this person actually going to ask for help from? It's like the person now you seriously respect and answer someone anka you can ask the person for help now. That is the person who is abusing you. So then who do you go to? And that is the first stage of the cycle. But definitely you have to tell someone, and you seriously need to consider your circle of friends and see someone you really trust and confide in the person, because there is no way you can bottle all that abuse all by yourself. You may be going through it and one way no one get help or tell somebody about it, and yes, the stress reaction will be that let me just deal with it on my own by taking my own life so that everything ends there. By and large, you will have to get therapy because the effects of the trauma that you suffer, it's not something that you can live with for the rest of your life. So you seriously need to consider therapy so that a certified therapist can help you deal with the whole trauma and then live a normal life afterwards. Whilst you are doing that, make sure you get involved with activities that you love to do so that it will lift your emotions back. Some hobby, some activity, swimming, dancing, whatever it is, watching movies, going to the stadium to enjoy football. All those things can help lift your emotions so that you can live a normal life back. If you are an abuser, remember, say so one day the person you are abusing may rebel, and oh boy, you will get what is coming. If you are being abused, take note that it is not your fault, and there are still some good people left in this world. You can get help if you confide in someone so that you can live a normal life once again. I want for another no. If you found the information useful, make sure you tell a friend about it. Remember to subscribe to this channel. Tell somebody about this channel. Share the content. Leave a comment. Thanks so much for watching. We out.